Hi, good afternoon. So we're here at the DCU Innovation Campus talking to some of the teams participating in this week's hackathon. It would be great if you could just give us a quick overview of the problem you identified and your team and the product you've come up to solve the problem.
Okay, well, the problem is safety and navigation on bicycles. That was the main kind of area we were targeting. So originally it started off as a wearable strap that would vibrate to let you know, without having to look anywhere, to turn left, turn right, or turn around. And then we thought it would be a lot more useful if you were to mount it to a bicycle. Most people do their mid-range commuting on a bike. So we come up with this concept to mount a device to the end of the handlebars of a bike, which has lights that face forward, backwards, and also towards the user. And this pairs with your phone, which is connected to the cloud, so you can tap into a lot of resources like that. So, for example, you could put a map into Google Maps. You don't know where you're going. This would connect with your device on the bike, and as you cycle around, it would vibrate the handlebars and also flash to let you know to turn left, or your turn is coming up, or whatever. But then once you've done that, you can tap into a bit more social things, like from a training point of view, you could be competing against someone across the world on a similar track, because the two devices are linked and therefore your track is linked. So I suppose that's the main sort of target we were going for.
So did you start off primarily as a navigation piece or safety, or did that evolve into something different as you came together?
Well, the original idea was just navigation, and it wasn't just for bikes, so you could be in your car, walking or cycling. If you're lost, you just get a buzz. But that probably, people would get a bit annoyed with that. No one wants to be putting on a chest strap to drive a car around or to go walking. So, but people who are into fitness or traveling around on a bike would be maybe a lot more attracted to wearable devices, because there's tons of them out there already for fitness purposes. So we just thought bicycles is probably the best market for this.
So you've spoken a little bit about the market and who you're going to target. It'd be interesting to know a bit about your sort of broader business plan for the product.
Well, I think one of the interesting things
Hang on there.
if you look at...
I'll mic you up. I'll just screw it.
I think one of the interesting things when you look at the bike market is that it's growing at an insane rate, and people are really looking for almost a fashion aspect to their bikes as well to differentiate themselves. You see a lot of very cool looking bikes that aren't traditional Trek or off the shelf kind of bikes. So we're aiming for a pretty high end finish, and for a market that would want to initially buy this to actually as something that would look fantastic on the bike, as well as something that would add to their ability to get around an urban environment in a efficient way, while they still love all the connectedness and the GPS aspect of it, and then the ability to have all that flowing out to the web and have a social network and back end to it as well, is something that we think a lot of people will be very interested in using. I mean, I think it'll be a beautiful product when it's finished. You can see bits of it here. A little bit rough at the moment, but it's going to look pretty. You'll have lovely aluminium finishes, and I think it'll be just something that people will look at and they say, "Wow, look at that." I'm nearly blinded now, but it's going to look fantastic. It'll be a premium product for sure to start with.
Okay. So have you had all the equipment you need? Have there been any gaps you've had to fill, or has everything you've needed been here?
I think we've had, there's an incredible amount of kit here for anyone to put together something like this.
Yep.
Some of the teams have, and some of the aspects we've had to bring in little extra gadgets for, but in general, there's an unbelievable facility here, and the innovation centre here now is really something that can benefit Dublin in general, and anyone who wants to get involved in starting stuff in the hardware world. It's great to have PCH International involved here. I mean, to have the ability to scale to hundreds of thousands of units within a few months if you have a product that's selling is unheard of, you know. I mean, you can have Apple's supply chain. Can't beat that.
So have you had the opportunity to speak to any of our mentors today? Have any of them helped give you some guidance?
Yes. So we've had plenty of people. There's people calling around every 10 or 15 minutes to check if everything's all right. If you want help with hardware, if you want help with supplies. Then we've also had a bit of coaching yesterday with the presentation of presentations on how to present. And then today we kind of went through a dry one of a pitch, and we had a bit of feedback about that. So that's kind of what we're working on getting ready now, is finish the pitch, get this into a prototype, and then we might redo that again. So. And that's without even going looking for things. I'd say if you needed anything, you just need to go up and start asking around. I mean, there was about 25 mentors, I think, stood up yesterday to say that they were available for any sort of help. So,
The food's been great too.
Everyone's commented on the food actually.
good food, good barbecue.
Was there anything else you've particularly enjoyed about the weekend? Would you recommend it to your fellow makers out there?
Yeah, definitely. I think probably the best thing about it is that you're put under a bit of pressure just to get something done by a deadline. If you're tinkering away at these things at home, there's always next weekend. Whereas when you come in here, you'll get quite a lot done over the span of 2 days, even in a single day, compared to what you get done at home when you're, say, less motivated. Plus the whole team aspect of it, like we've come together and there's so many people with different skills here that we're able to work through all this and split the workload and hopefully come out with something good at the end of it.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time and good luck for your pitch later on.
Thank you.